Hey guys, thanks so much for having me. I've been on staff at North Coast since 2019, and this is the third church that I've worked with. I started in 2012 vocationally in Texas, in the Dallas area, and got a chance to work with small groups and campuses and adult ministries, even a church plant in that season. And my background as a coach, I coached my first time when I was 12 years old. And as a 12-year-old, I coached my little brother's football team, and I was vocationally a coach and a teacher in the public school system in Texas. And so that wiring of a coach, the wiring of the ability to serve others and help them follow Jesus, I've been doing that for years, and I've had the opportunity to get a chance to do that for North Coast since 2019. When I think about my calling to vocational ministry, I remember my first response was no way. I was a teacher and a coach in a local school and went to school and got a degree in that. And so I loved serving the local church, but the idea of coming on staff and working at a church felt a little intimidating, felt terrifying. I felt ill-equipped. And I remember really just being like, no, God, that's not it. And I remember finally getting to the place of just turning my resume in out of obedience, feeling like I didn't have the resume, feeling like I didn't have the education or the gifting to even step in and be in vocational ministry. And I think what I quickly learned in that process is that God was calling me to take a step of obedience, and it wasn't about my experience, it wasn't about my education, it was about His calling in my life and my opportunity to trust Him that He's going to provide and encourage me in that process. I love that word, coaching. There's so much passion there. I can go all the way back to high school coaches that I had, and I played a ton of basketball. I had high school coaches that just invested in me, and they weren't just encouraging to be encouraging. They were encouraging and some of my favorite people, but they also pushed me to get better. And so I love the encouragement and a relational side of coaching, and I love the performance side of coaching that actually helps you get better at accomplishing your goals at whatever that is. And so that just marked me in my teen years. And so I just saw that I had a passion for the coaches that invested in me, and the coaches, when I got a chance to coach, that became just a passion thing for me, and then the opportunity to get a chance to do the same for others that people had done for me. And so whether it's being a curriculum writer for high school economics class, whether it was a high school football coach or basketball coach in Texas, to now being in ministry to get a chance to work with different churches or even my team, I love to get a chance to remember the coaches that have impacted me and the coaches that I have now, because I think we all need a coach. We all need someone that encourages us on a personal level, but then helps us perform better in our roles. And so I think that's the beauty and the power of a coach. And I love that I get a chance to play that opportunity in others' lives. And I love that I have coaches in my own life that do the same thing for me. So I would say my degree I had a major in kinesiology and a minor in social studies. And so again, I only ever wanted to go into the public school system and be a coach and invest in kids. And so when I took the call into vocational ministry, I didn't have the formal seminary degree. Although I've got that training in the churches that I've worked in, what I quickly found out was that I needed a coach and I needed to be around others to help teach me and equip me and learn. And so I partnered with an organization called Small Group Network, and I got the opportunity for the last decade to get a chance to meet hundreds of churches, hundreds of leaders and pastors, and learn what they're facing in their small group ministry, in their church context, in their leadership. And so just those interactions, those rubbing of shoulders, those learning of best practices has taught me so much. And so much of my learning has come from the learning and the interactions of friends all over the country. And so I think that learning and that contextualization is just one of my key values, because we can't do this alone. We have to do it with others, and that's part of the value as a coach. But that's part of our opportunity, is to lean into others and to figure out what we can learn from each other. And I think so much of the hands-on practical doesn't come from the seminary side, it comes from the life on life and the relationship on relationship side. And that's where, if you want to call that street smarts, I think that's where I learned so much. I learned from others. If I was thinking back to my younger self, I would tell myself, you know nothing that you think you know. And I would encourage myself to talk less and ask more questions. Okay, this is my favorite question of all, because absolutely pineapple should be on pizza. That is the best flavor topping combo in the history of pizza, and I know that's a hot take.